Hey, thanks for watching another Rolestorming video on case studies. I'm Griggs. I took up piano later in life, in my 40s, and I did recitals with 8-year-old kids that could barely reach the pedals. But it was for two reasons. I had my office there. I had my office in California at the time. I wanted a way to motivate myself to get my work done a little more efficiently and get out of there and kind of live my life. So I booked my piano lessons right at the end of the day. So I had to wrap things up, run out and get all my music and all the things I needed for my lesson, and maybe practice a little tiny bit just beforehand and rush over to my lesson. It worked. It got me out of the office. The second reason was to reduce the stress in my life. It wasn't out of control, but I loved piano music. I loved to see professionals who reached the pinnacle, who got really good at what they were kind of almost meant to do. Not that I was going to get that good. I just wanted to get up to an intermediate level. And that's kind of what I did. I did a lot of practicing the first few years, and it worked where I could get on my piano and the stress started to reduce, started to go down pretty quickly. And when I got past the mistakes and things, once in a while I could really play a song that was very, very pleasant. This video, this case involving Rolestorming is about a bunch of people with really important jobs, engineers, managers, creative kind of types, marketing types. And we did a Rolestorming session called Profile Scans at the time. The topic was, how do we reduce the stress at home and at work? And they worked on this, did a very good job of coming up with lots of ideas. And then according to the Rolestorming process, we start to quickly discuss and narrow, discuss and narrow, and then compare those finalists to the upfront statement. How do we reduce? How do we take that stress level down at work and at home? So we make sure the ideas are answering the Quid Novi issue statement, and then we do that last round of voting. Let's take a look at how this Rolestorming case study went. Thanks for watching. Rolestorming is a fantastic focus group and creativity tool that helps you seize opportunities, prevent trouble, and solve problems. Something amazing happened back in Silicon Valley when the traditional brainstorming stopped working for us. I tried adding role-playing to brainstorming, and it was amazing how managers, executives, engineers, designers, they nearly doubled the number of ideas they offered on solving corporate issues. Here's what happens when you use Rolestorming. The fear goes down, the fun goes up, and the focus expands. And here's the exciting part of a Rolestorming session. Designed and discussed, the group will go into idea generation where they'll take their roles and come up with loads of different ideas on the issue statement. There's a little quick discussion followed by what we call consensus voting, very unique to Rolestorming, where the voting is private, written, and then tallied and counted by members of the group, by attendees, and the results are written publicly. This was a fine group of professionals. Unfortunately, they felt stress was doing a few things like damaging the company, impacting the team in negative ways, and hurting their personal lives. Now, thinking positive alone wasn't going to be a miracle cure and solve everything, but they understood that through the Rolestorming process, the consensus portion would help create solutions, would allow for implementation, and would help patch some of the broken parts of the team. We're so thankful that you're watching this series on Rolestorming Case Studies. We've just picked about 7 or 8 of the different cases where we've run Rolestorming sessions for organizations, for public groups, for even a bicycling kind of topic. But we hadn't planned on something happening. We're thrilled that Rolestorming has gone global, but we didn't realize how many people would use it and maybe forget to say a little bit about the details or where they got it from. What we've noticed is there are 3 types of people using our copyrighted Rolestorming. You have the scholars who always cite the source. They always let people know where they got this information on Rolestorming. Then you've got the influencers all over the internet. Sometimes they cite sources, sometimes they don't, bless their hearts. And then you have imposters who never tell you where they found this information. There are some people on the speaking circuit. For years they've been using Rolestorming and they've never said where they got it from. So we did this little video on copyright and pulled an excerpt for these videos on case studies. The base rate for Rolestorming delivery and the basic certification is $6,200. We'd really like you to cite the source and then hopefully bring us in to do a session with your organization. Thank you so much. A lot of work has gone into creating this focus group creativity tool. Rolestorming is the product of research, trial and error, and just plain luck. To facilitate it well, it takes understanding of productivity, of personality, of perception, and human behavior. This series of actual role-storming case studies ranges from the largest corporations to smaller social issue focus groups. With role-storming, your team benefits from 40 years of experience, 8 published books, and a focus on well-rounded human beings. Contact us for a vibrant, powerful, and profitable role-storming session. Implementation is more important than imagination and creativity combined.